Good, good now. Hey, Sumasta. Good now, love. Good now, Justin and Laura and Alicia. Who else do I have on here? Oh, just about to say Soul. Good now, Soul. Good now, Katie. Good now, Donna, Caroline. Good now, lovely peoples. How goes it? How do you feel? How's your weekend been? Did I miss anyone? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Wait, did I? Indeed, that's what I missed. Good now to you. Good now, Anders. Hola, Nicole, and everybody from Seoul. Aw, thank you. I receive. You got your run in, ate healthy all day today. Ready for tomorrow. I love it. Yep. This moment feeds the next. So good for you. You didn't get rain by you? Because it's like really raining right now for me. Good now, Chris. All right, I'm just going to give it a couple minutes. Welcome in, everyone. Good now, Anders. Stephanie, good now, love. Yeah, I might hear this thunder. Good now, T-Lady Nats. Yep, it's thundering. Rain was a little bit heavy a moment ago. Good now, Vanessa. But I love it. As long as it doesn't, good now, Jennifer. As long as it doesn't, good now, E.T. knock out power and flood people. I love the rain. Thunderstorms. It will be. First we'll do, we'll go through this workbook. And I've done this workshop before. And then throughout the week, we will implement the crown framework. When that happens, I save everything and close what I'm working on. Understandable. I'm not losing. I know. It only takes once, for real. Why is hot water so good, y'all? All right. Y'all must have been in another live together. Or it broke your heart. I bet. You handled it well. Good now, Moon. All right, loves. I'm going to go ahead. Tea meditation. I was going to say, or that in her group, right? Your tea time and me time. I love it. Love it, love it. I was about to get started, but I'm just enjoying this music right now. As if it's the first time I've heard it. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to Permission to Crown Yourself. I have a retreat next year going by, that has the same name. Part of your Self-Care Sundays. Love it. 404. Love it, love it. That retreat's next year, though. But this workshop has been really, yep, next May. Good now, Danya. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Yeah, I don't know if I put it, let me see if I got a card for it. If I did, it's probably way at the bottom because it's recently added. Yep, there it is. And the retreat will just dive deeper and have more deeper conversations, some other things. But anyway, the workshop, I've never heard good now as a greeting. Will you share the origins of course, good now, ban ban, buena hora. Oh, thank you. Good now. I bet you some of the folks in here could tell you, but what had happened was, count you in. All right, Justin. Same place too. Same, it's in the mountains. Awesome, Tea Lady. I love it, love it. Good now. So I think, because I can't remember when I started saying it. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm thinking it came after I read the book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. But because I remember one of my favorite stories that he shared in the book is if you go in the woods and ask an animal what time it is, the animal will be like, "What do you mean? What time is it? The time is now." Good now, CG. So we only have this now moment. Like a moment ago is gone. Next moment. So good now. And then when I came on here and the platform being international, it just really worked even more because I don't have to say good morning, good evening, good night, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I can say good now because now is now. So that's how that started. And it has since turned into a framework. I call it the Good Now way. That's a way of being. And good now is just how you bring yourself back to the present moment. Good now, loves. I know that was a long story long. You're welcome, Yandi. Good now, Miss Beth and Marilyn. Who else has popped in? Sean. Every time I see a Sean, it's that crazy show from back in the day. Psych. If anybody knows what I'm talking about. Sean. Glad you're here. Glad you're all here. So we're going to hop into this. And then throughout this whole week, we're just going to implement what crown means. And we'll go over that in a moment as well. Good now, is it Sawa? Saw. And Nydia. Good now, love. All right, beloveds. Good now, Laura. Tealin. Tell me more. Good now, Randy. All right, so Power of Now is Great was my first read that got me into interesting. I love that. I don't know which was my first that got me into spirituality. But what woke me up out of being myself for the most part was the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's when I realized that, oh wait, I can actually I have some autonomy capability. I don't have to be depressed and sad all the time. Good now, Sherry. Good now, Johnny. And Miss Craft or Mr. Craft. Please tell me how to say your name. I do not want to butcher it. Good now, Ree. It was the 4 agreements. I love it. This could be a whole conversation. So, good now, Angela. Oh, all right. The workbook that I will be showing, I'm gonna share my screen. Keep the books coming. Yeah, I'm gonna share. You know, I always send you book ideas, Justin. So the workbook. If you go to my profile, if you want your own copy, you can go to my profile. You'll see Linktree. It'll be in that first link if you want it. But otherwise, you have it here as we go through it together. Let me make sure. Is it big enough? Because I am not looking on the mobile, so I can't see what y'all see. I can make it bigger. I think. Oh yeah, if I do the zoom in, there we go. Tea Lady Nat, I love it. Or maybe now. I love it. I'm glad you made it too, Angela. All right, so we're just gonna dive right in because it's gonna create a conversation anyway. But welcome to everyone. I am Nicole Batiste. If you don't know who I am, my main focus is inner mastery because that's the foundation of the life that you have, you see, you create. And so resilience, emotional mastery, all of that is where I like to focus my attention. Just because I was a hyper emotional person and life was really hard when everything upset me so much, and learned how to work my way through that. Have been studying a lot about brain and all of that. You can read all that in my profile, but that's why I am here, because I don't think anybody should be sad, miserable, bombarded by their own emotions. Like, you can experience sadness and you can experience grief, but the idea is that you don't succumb to those things. So that is where I base everything from. Good now, Catherine. That said, let us begin. Oh, thank you, Indy. Received and reciprocated. Okay. So, welcome to this journey. As always, I like to have a space that in which you feel held, seen, heard. You will find, if you're new here, you will find a community that hangs out with me is so loving and so supportive. So if you find yourself having a hard time with anything that we discuss, please do not hesitate to share in the chat so we can love on you. But also at any time, if you need to step away, do so. Just take good care of yourself. Okay. Being honest with yourself is a big deal. We can justify just about anything, right? So let us move on. First prompt question, and feel free to share in the chat. Good now, Bethany. What area of my life feels most need of attention right now? Where in your life do you feel like you need the most attention right now? I think for me is probably slowing down a little bit more. Any thoughts? Good now, Angie in the UK. This could be, you can answer here, Justin, ideally, so we can spark a conversation. This could be in a relationship with yourself, a relationship with someone else, relationship with food, Alicia, and boundaries. Yeah, yep. Listening deeply to myself and living in joy. I love that. Your neglected parts. Thank you. Learning to heal and love myself. Thank you. I want to capture that. Boundaries, listening deeply to myself and living in joy. My neglected parts, learning to really love myself. Finding purpose. Physical health, says Ree, just had surgery, feel out of balance. You will feel out of balance with surgery. And I am glad you're on the other side of that. I'm glad you are at least able to push a button. Thank you for being here. Jennifer says, living in the moment and learning to say no. Awesome. I love those. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for Ree, just if this helps, when I had surgery December 2023, and I had a hard time sleeping, non-negotiable self-care, love it. So I wrote a poem and recorded it just to root you on throughout your healing journey. Being able to prioritize yourself, Mu'un. Awesome. I love all these. I want to go deeper, but I also want to respect your time. And we'll go a little bit deeper throughout the week. Keep those in mind if you haven't written them down. You're welcome, love. Simply overwhelmed. Okay. I got it. All right. Well, here's a little affirmation I wrote for you. Today I meet myself with compassion and curiosity and nothing else. And that's what this whole time together, this is all I ask of you. Compassion, curiosity, and nothing else. Because we have a tendency where we think about areas in our lives that we want to work on or change or improve upon. We can sometimes be a little bit self-critical. And so I want to invite the opposite of that. Get curious, be compassionate, and that's it. You would say, since getting back, taking more action. I like it. The part of me that self-abandons myself in relationships. Thank you, Danya. And am I saying your name correctly, by the way, Danya or Danya? Please help me make sure I create the right vibrational frequency. so I can honor that. All right, we're going to go right into the crown acronym. And this is basically, well, actually after this is basically what y'all were just talking about. Some of you, overriding your voice. Where have you been overriding your voice? Your internal truth. The second one, yes. Dania, you know what? I've got to do better. I will say which one is correct, and then I forget which one is. Okay, Dania. Okay, I was like, which one did I say second? Okay, overriding your voice can look like ignoring your truth to stay comfortable, to feel liked. You're welcome, love. To feel needed, to feel in control. That is self-abandonment. So where have you been overriding your internal truth? So as we look back over some of the things where you feel like you want to, I forgot what word I used, pay attention to right now. Non-negotiable self-care. Where are you overriding your voice with that? Being able to prioritize. Where are you overriding? Learning to say no. Living in the moment. When you're finding yourself trying to, I don't want to say improve, like pay more attention to those areas that you want to work on. How do you find yourself? Where do you find yourself like ignoring you or disregarding? That's what this is asking. Why is this not on? Do not disturb. Okay, there we go. Does anyone want to share? Like Daniel, what part of you abandoned yourself in your relationships? Jennifer, what makes it challenging to live in the moment for you? Finding your purpose, Catherine. What makes that challenging for you? Are you worried about what people may think? Good now, Caitlin. Kathleen. Neglected parts. Anders, you are working on that. Listening deeply to myself, says Yendi, and boundaries. So where do you find yourself overriding your internal truth? I haven't been feeling very appreciated lately. And have you taken a moment to share that with whomever you're wanting to feel more appreciated by? Is that where you're disregarding your internal truth? Jennifer says, I am always worried about everything that needs to be done in yourself, how little time I have to do it. Always worrying about the future. Got it. Jennifer, have you ever done your human design chart? I'm just curious. And Danny says, I think I lack trust in my own experiences or thoughts and beliefs. I can see that. When I did not trust myself, it's very easy to let someone else make decisions, whether I'm realizing it or not, make decisions for me on my behalf or, guide both of us. So I can see where that can be the case. Yeah, it's like they don't really get it. If you've not voiced it, then they won't. That is, I would say that's one of the most frustrating things that I've experienced is like, why aren't you reading my mind? So it may be that you have a hard time speaking up, expressing what you need. Oh, no need to find purpose. Maybe just live and not seek. Just be. And then your purpose will just show up. I could see how that, because it's kind of like that letting go when we were reading that book here. When you let go of all of the emotions behind that need, then all of a sudden that need gets met. Not all of a sudden, but things start to fall into place for that to happen. And Yenny says, I tend to act to please, and that is so unhealthy and sabotaging. Yeah. I love it when people say, and I'm not saying you didn't say this, but when people say, I want to please people, and then I remind the person that they are people too. So can you add yourself to that group of pleasing? That's a place to start. I know a lot of times people have a hard time stepping back from that role because they end up losing friends. But it's if someone walks away because you're taking care of yourself, then they weren't your friend to begin with. I know that's easier said than done. I know it still hurts when they walk away or whatever, but you gain so much more. You gain so much more. You gain freedom to just be yourself, because it's hard to remember what was I doing? Who was I? Just be yourself. You won't have to worry about that. And I don't like to say just, because I know that it takes some cultivation. It takes some understanding of your quirks and your likes and dislikes. So don't take that to mean that it just can, I'll just be myself. If it wasn't cultivated from a young age, it's going to take some steps to doing that. Good now, Marina. If timing is too tight, self-care is the first to go. Define self-care, Bethany. Because I have a feeling you can still get some self-care in if the timing is tight. I did a while ago and bought a book I haven't read yet. Got it, Jennifer. I was just curious if your sacral center was open. You may want to check that out. If you do run a free chart, or I can run a chart for you, see if that bottom square is open. That will explain a lot to you. Have voiced it more than usual now. Interesting. Okay. I think the next piece would be, I need to do a talk on communication. Not saying that you aren't communicating to Lady Nat, but that's what came to mind. How are you communicating that? Is it in a way that they can hear it, so to speak? Let us be. Absolutely, Catherine. Yes. Alicia says, Nat, the only what is that? Is it speciation? You need is appreciation. You need is from yourself. I have realized if we look for them within us, our soul, our heart, if we strive for it from others, we are looking for consolidation and confirmation from the outer, when all really resides within. Appreciate yourself first, and this will ripple out. So appreciate you. Thank you. That is actually the first thing that came to mind, and I didn't go down that road. So I appreciate that you said that, Alicia. And defining what that looks like. Nat, do you appreciate yourself? Is your striving because you want to be appreciated? Okay. Bethany says, hi, CG and Coco. I'll finally get back to you. Thank you, Jennifer. Bethany says, taking time for prayer, rituals, nourishing things like art and poetry. Okay. If time is tight, you can do a quick prayer. You can do some, even just positive self-love talk is nourishing. And just that little bit, like you took the time, it tells your psyche something. And then it will start to become more of a priority. I know with me here at home, I have lights out at 7 p.m. and I'm starting to go to bed at 8. And there are things that are easier to do when the lights are still on. So it has created I wouldn't say routine, but it makes me more cognizant of the things that I want to do now before 7 p.m. Because it's really not easy to do things and it's not super dark yet, but come winter it will be. So I wonder, I say that to say, when you create that space for yourself, you will start to create that space for yourself. You don't have to, because I'm not the boss of you. It's helpful, it's beneficial when you intentionally do it. instead of making it something that you check off your list. And I'm not saying you're doing that, but that's what's. Let me just say that to everyone here. When I read a comment, I get messages that may or may not apply to you, but it's something that is coming out because I just move out the way and let spirit talk. So just to give you that caveat. I definitely appreciate myself, but I understand Alicia and Nicole. I guess I feel like this more now because so many people turn to me for things and because I take care of so much. That's a boundaries thing, baby. That's a boundaries thing. So it would be beneficial to know your capacity and cut it off once you've reached it. Like, shop's closed for right now. Need to recover. It's the only way I could be who y'all are wanting me to be or expecting me to be or used to me being. Does that resonate? Good now, Diana. Carolina. Van, good now, love. What is human design reading? Human design. The rain finally hit. Awesome. Sounds great, right? Human design is a chart made up of 5 things, and I always forget the 5th one. But the chakra system, astrology, the I Ching, Kabbalah, and what's the 5th one, y'all? What do I forget. But anyway, is a blend of all of those, and it gives you your energetic blueprint. And if the bottom square on the chart is open, then you'll always feel pressure to get stuff done. It'll be hard to allow yourself to relax. Mine is open, and once I learned that, I was like, okay, it's okay if I don't do this right now. It's okay if I don't do this until blah blah blah. So that could be a whole other call. But let's go to the next prompt. And the reason I have this, what sensations do I notice in my body when I am overriding my internal truth? I have this here because it's so easy to just push past like what we're thinking, what we're feeling. And so I want to invite you to kind of feel what it feels like if you can think back at a time when you wanted to speak up, or you are frustrated because you didn't feel appreciated, or you're feeling overwhelmed. How does that show up in your body? I just realized my CPTSD over perfectionistic tendencies is self-abandonment. Oh, Anders. I love this. I love when I just love when this happens. I love when that happens. That is a step in the right direction. Congratulations, Anders. I hope you give yourself some compassion and love around that. I just had when I just finished my TM meditation just a moment ago before the live, I usually like to have quotes that come up afterward. And the quote that came up this evening was, "The past represents less developed states of consciousness, and the present belongs to more developed state. So don't look back, just move ahead." Basically, that whole concept, if you knew better, you would have done better. So getting mad at the previous version of yourself or anything like that, it doesn't serve. It's like getting mad at the younger version of you, right? So again, that wasn't necessarily for Anders, that just came through. But congratulations, Anders. Bethany says, my issue is time management versus pain management. Chronic fatigue and pain often hijack my days. If I rest, other things have fallen behind, and on better days, I'm rushing and pushing myself in hopes of getting stuff done so I can have more time to do what I want. I can see that, Bethany, where that can be very challenging. I wonder if How good are you at prioritizing like what needs to be done today while I have the energy? What needs to be done and what can be put to the side? Because you don't have to try to get every single thing done while you have that energy, because then you can't do what you also want to do, want to enjoy. Just wonder. I'd love to get my chart done, please. Yes. So if anybody wants to get their chart done, send me your birthday, time, city of birth. Is that everything? Yeah. Yep. And I'll do your chart. Good now, Mitch. Marina says, I feel like I do it, overriding my internal truth in my relationship. She's very kind, but I feel like I deserve to be treated better. I want someone quicker and, I don't know, a few more illusions. The chat moved. I have so much doubt and just not sure what my truth is. Definitely a place to start, Marina. Thank you for sharing. Sometimes it takes just stepping away from people and things and just realize, like, just really asking yourself those tough questions. One of the questions I've found myself asking from time to time is, if I'm doing something, I'm like, if I'm being honest with myself, would I do this? Like, do I really want to be doing this? So that's why I ask, if I'm being honest with myself, because it's so easy to just do it. Just override what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and not take a pause and just really check in with yourself, which is why I'm bringing body sensations into that. Sometimes people say their throat gets tightened, their chest tightens up, their shoulders tighten up. Let your body doesn't lie. So let your body guide you to your truth. That is one way that you can start to hear and experience your truth. Bummer, I don't know. That's okay if you don't know your birth time, Laura. The site that I use, just give a guesstimate. If anybody was around while you were born, see if they have an estimated time. But even if not, if I just put midnight in there, it'll give me multiple charts, and then whatever is consistent among all the charts, that's the only thing I would speak to. So that's how that works. It's so funny because I haven't practiced talking about self-trust. I haven't practiced. I'm like, I literally tap in when I'm doing energy work, and I find out things to clear that I have no I have no knowledge of. I should be able to tap in and get birth times, but I have not practiced, and I'm like, if I mess that up, it would not be good for someone, because they'll be thinking one thing, or they'll like, that doesn't match. Don't want to do that to people. Alicia says, Nat, understand that is certainly a boundary issue. That is my problem too. When you feel too much or can read energy and you are, you're here to help, it is hard to switch off and you begin to self-neglect to serve others. Chat move. And then you begin to feel unappreciated. So it is really a problem of yours and not the others. Hold your hand on your head, on your heart, and say, I remember. As you do this, speak to your subconscious mind, remembering why you came, how to serve from uncontainable love without self-sabotaging, tapping into your divine blueprint and connection to source. That is so beautiful, Alicia. Thank you for sharing that. Yep. This is what I mean, the truth. We feel like, and I did a little talk on anger too. We think we're angry at something outside. Well, Marina said something about anger. I haven't read it yet. We think we're angry about something outside of ourselves, but a lot of times it's really, we're angry because we didn't speak up, or we're angry because we allowed ourselves to agree to something or whatever, and it's really, we're mad at ourselves for not self-abandoning. Let me see what Marina said. Today I was angry with her, and I told it I'm really struggling with anger and also with choices, to be honest. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Marina. I would invite you to explore what is really angering you. Is it because y'all are not on the same wavelength, and you're not able to communicate what it is that you need, or she's not receiving the communication? Very rarely is it something outside of us that is creating this anger. And if you go by the philosophy of the Letting Go book, or is that The Power Now? I don't remember. It's one of those books. But the only way you can get angry if there is anger already inside that was never processed. So also think about that. It could have been a triggering that occurred, and it wasn't her at all. It was just something that internally in your body, hence understanding your body sensations, that felt the same as something else that angered you in the past and never processed, because you just squash it down. You're like, I'm all right, I'm good. And you keep moving. So that is, whenever you have emotions that are, what's the word? Activating, basically. It's that I want to invite you to get curious about them. Like, what is really behind all of this? I know was it Caitlin? Was it you that we talked about the feelings wheel that I pulled up? Oh yeah, let me pull that back up. Are y'all familiar with the feelings wheel? I know I got chat to catch up on. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Oh look, it came up. That's pretty cool. I didn't expect that. Oh, okay, got it. It must be current application when I click the window. Okay, anyway, let me catch up on the chat real quick, and then I'll talk about the wheel. Y'all can take a look at it in the meantime. Where am I? Justin says, I bought a daily planner that I just got, and I'm going to start using it. Maybe physically writing it down on paper will be more useful to me. I can see that because you're involving more senses. Let me know how that goes. I know that works better for me as well, if I remember to do it. It might be. Is that big enough, y'all? Let me see. I can't move it. Huh. Interesting. I don't know why I can't move it. Let me see. Okay, well, I'll give you the gist of it. This is so weird, y'all. I don't understand why it's doing that. All right, I'm gonna close this. I've never played with that before. Oh, you know what? I know why now. The same application. Okay, there we go. Probably if I closed the book, it would have shown. Okay. Feelings will basically, the inner circle are the big feelings that we normally say. Sad, angry, happy, whatever. And then there's 2 outer rings that lead to the actual deeper emotion behind that. So just a quick overview of that. I am so behind on chat. And this is why this is a whole retreat. Because it can go deep. Okay. Mitch says, I would love my chart done. Okay. The ones online are never the same as each other, so it makes me doubt the legitimacy. How much does it cost? Oh, I don't charge to run a chart for y'all. If you want to donate, I'll take it, but I'm not going to charge you. I'll just run the chart. Now, if you wanted to have a coaching session around it and explain it, then that's a different story. But for me to just create the chart, I'm not going to do that, because you can just do that for yourself. Same thing. Okay. Chat's moving too fast. Bethany says, I can prioritize, but even 2 tasks feel like chaos. I'm very scattered, and not being on my ADHD meds, get overwhelmed, and then anxiety paralysis. I can understand that. Is it that you forget to take your ADHD meds, or you just prefer not to take meds? If you care to answer, and I'm just digging in. Okay. Marina says, yeah, I also experience a lot through my body. So I would get curious, Marina. Awesome. So birthday and city. Yep. City and country. It says city because to know like the time zone you were in, and then your country, especially if you weren't born in the U.S. I will need that. I do ignore and override my body's signals. Thank you, Yendi. The chat moves every time. You know what? I forgot. Insight Timer had a survey like, what could we improve? And these types of things I forget to say. Like every time someone writes something, it moves the chat up instead of keeping me where I am. I should have said that. I might send the email. I'm glad you've dealt with it, Bethany. It seems to be the part I need to work on easing into. It leads to so much destruction. Perfectionism seems to be there as protection, and fear of rejection and abandonment. Yeah. You know what's funny about the two-edged sword of perfectionism? One, there's no such thing. Actually, it's subjective. Like, I can look at something like, that is perfect, and someone else could look at it and be like, yeah, I don't think so. So that's one part. Who is defining perfection for you? The other part is, if you're expecting whoever to define it as perfect and they don't, it's like it's a never ending. You can't win that battle. So I just want to invite good enough into your vocabulary. T Lady Nat says it's complicated, but I moved. It moved. But I don't feel the way you do about this feeling that I have. I lost it. Let's see. Here we go. But thank you for sharing. Awesome. Marina says, I will heal through my body. I'm having morning 10 minutes routine, exercise, and messages, etc. I will pay attention to my throat. Beautiful, Marina. Thank you. Dania says, body sensations has always been difficult for me to identify, but I guess I would say weak and numb and paralyzing sometimes when I self-abandon. That is a start, especially if you've never thought about it that way before. So allow that message to kind of ring in your ear. Next time you feel that, give yourself a pause. Or if you don't have time to pause in a moment, just put a pin in it and come back to it. Because if you push through, you'll already be doing the self-abandonment activity, and then you can associate that like, oh, okay, got it. When I feel this is because I'm doing that. And then you can more consciously choose what you want to do next. Okay. Mitch says, I think if every teacher that it bothered wrote a note to IT to get a function where you can hold the chat. I know. I probably... I have a really bad relationship with anger. I really think it's a bad thing to feel because I haven't had any safe anger shown to me. And now when I want to release it, I can feel rage and it feels scary. So just push it down. Got it. Thank you for sharing, Mitch. Anger itself is not bad. When it turns into rage and uncontrollable actions, and I'm still not going to label it as bad, it just can be destructive, right? Pushing it down, it's going to make the rage more the next time it comes out. So what might be beneficial for you is when you feel anger, step away from whatever the situation is and allow the anger to anger. Like if you got to scream, if you got to go running, if you just, that is because it's energy, right? So And go through the Letting Go book if you haven't read that. We read it here on Insight Timer. We're on a different book now, but if you catch the replays on my channel, Antara Mastery, I'm Antara Mastery everywhere. You can go to my link and get it too. But basically, the process of letting go is like acknowledging that is there and not doing anything with it or about it. Just let it do what it do until it's gone. So that's another approach you can take. Don't be scared of yourself. You clearly have a good heart. You're not gonna do anything destructive to people. So just get away from folks. Andrew says, went to a live on on anxiety is all I got earlier, but I'm sure the anxiety covers up repressed anger from what seems a lifetime of leaving myself for others. It's very, very, very possible. Especially if you experience anxiety. Anytime you think about putting yourself first, that could very well be from that. Okay. Just talking about these things, how does, as this stuff is coming up and you're expressing it, how are y'all feeling about this? Is it feel like, oh wait, now I have a way forward next time, now I could be more cognizant, because that is always my goal. Let's see. Marina says, what is my anger about really? Explore it, process it, because something. Where'd it go? Let's see. Because angers come from unprocessed situations in the past. What is behind that? These are good questions. Thank you, Nicole, for your wisdom. You're so welcome. I just stole it from a book. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, the feelings wheel. Yeah. I have a small one. Hold on. It's probably not going to be that visible, but it'll probably be more visible than the one that I tried to pull up because I was playing with the thing. So I don't know how well y'all can see that, but you notice the innermost emotions, anger, fear, and you can see, let me put anger like this. You can see what could it be? What else could it be? Skeptical, sarcastic, irritated, infuriated. So it just really gives you some vocabulary around how you feel so you can better address what you're experiencing if you need to address it. Because happy, you might not need to. You might not want to address that. It might be just great. So I hope that makes sense. Mitch. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I gotta find where I left off. Okay. I remember you showing it on... Yeah, I did. I could probably... Now that I figured out what was happening, because it was the same application to pull up the workbook and the wheel. And the system is like, which do you want? So if I close the workbook, I probably could show the wheel more. So let me know if y'all want me to do that. And then open the workbook back up if you want to take a screenshot. But you can find it on the web. Just search feelings wheel. The one that I was pulling up, I found that on the web. I did not make it. Jennifer says, grrr. I've been searching this whole time while listening and cannot believe I can't find it. Find what? What did I miss? Hold on. Brene Brown's book is great for figuring out feelings. Feelings wheel. Oh, I love it. We see the chart pretty small. Okay. I can bring it back up if you want. I am starting a new year today. Will also use paper to chart my course. I love it, Andy. Bethany, don't rush and push. I lost me. Okay. Nope. Up more. Okay. Nope. More. There we go. Push life. All these chores in life can wait. Time is not linear. They will still be there tomorrow. Enjoy every moment you have when you are well. Don't rush to get the jobs done. Enjoy the present moment to be in gratitude for your life, its journey, and all you're experiencing, and learning the chores will wait, my dear love, and enjoy the moment as it presents itself. I know that can be easier said than done, but there's wise words. Mitch says, I also just found out yesterday that people with autism feel anger and meltdowns really intensely, so I'm going to look into that. Yes. And Mitch, if I do your chart too, if you have the open emotional solar plexus, then you're absorbing and amplifying other people's emotions too if you're near them. So that Anders says, I feel the same, Mitch. It's not easy to create safety around it from having learned you shove it down all your life. Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to stop doing that, please. Gonna try a rage room. Yes. Worst case, I'll have fun. Good now, Hedaya. How you say that? Hedaya? Wow, Alicia. Hedaya. Hopefully I said your name correctly. Please help me say it properly. I do have PayPal. It's also on my link. And thank you. Where am I? Okay. Randy, I love that for you. How exciting. Anders says, that sounds great, Mitch. I'm always afraid bringing anger and rage up as I can't express it safely since I live in an apartment. If you're able to walk, run, scream into a pillow, go to a gym, I don't know what your physical capabilities are, so I'm just naming things that may help get the anger out. But also just allowing, if you can just sit there as it just bubbles and boils, knowing that it's going to pass because energy eventually runs out. It won't be easy, especially if you don't have a practice behind it, but you can do it. Bethany says, Anders, absolutely it is. Start with something benign, like take a piece of paper no one will see and scribble all over it. Yeah, it's a tedious practice that started very uncomfortable and then actually became amusing. If I make a mistake, I say, oh, how human of me, and move on with no judgment. But it took a lot to get there. But every time I'd make a mistake, I actually started feeling proud of myself. Also, celebrate every single victory, no matter how small. Yes, yes. Good now, Eric. Mitch says, yes, when I was younger, Anders, I would take myself and release it, but it was not in a healthy way. Yeah. There's a lot of store that needs, yep. Went over that perfectionism at the retreat. Kim was explaining to me, you're just very detail oriented. I took that to heart. Awesome. Yeah. Perfectionism is, I think it's, well, how are you approaching perfectionism? I think, for lack of a better word. If you're doing it in a way to judge yourself, then that's where it can become toxic. But if you're like, because Justin draws, and so he likes the details to be the details. And so, well, other people who are not artists or they don't draw, they're like, it's good enough. And Justin's like, nah, it's not. Do you see that and that? I want to fix that and that. It's different. It's not a self-judgment thing. It's this is what my art, I want, this is what I envision. I want to make that happen. Okay. Anna says, thank you, Bethany, for sharing. That is great. You've come this far. It seems far away currently because of OCD, like stuck beliefs around perfectionism. It seems like we're going to have to do some clearing in here. My life has shrunk dramatically being off the meds. It wasn't a choice. My doctor got mad that I asked her nurse a question, said I went behind her back, and then refused to give me a refill. How is that legal? I have no social life now because I'm so scattered and can't find words. Can you fire your doctor and get another doctor? People get frustrated talking to me, so I don't see people. I'm judging, so let me stop judging the doctor. I just don't agree with that behavior. That's a fraction of the drama. Yeah. If you can, fire the doctor. You have to self-advocate. Randy says, Alicia, I'm sorry I missed it. I had to step away for a moment. What suggestion would be good? Laura says, I have opposite issue on I have too much time and don't get things done. I can do nothing in my home all day. Just heard someone say ADD. I do have it where my mind and body jumps around. I need to explore this more. Yeah, sometimes if you have too much time, you can not, like too much time can be overwhelming. Like I got all this to do and I got all this time. I have time. And then the day is gone. Does it have a yellow and white cover? Yes. Yep. Where did I just had it. Oh. Yep. This one. And dust it off. Yeah, especially if you've read it before and your level of consciousness has been raised. You're a different person now. You may receive different messages from it. Good now, Lisa. All right, have I gotten, what's the crown acronym? I know, I am so far behind. That is next. Actually, here we go. Oh wait, I'm not sharing the screen. Excuse me. The previous question before that is, what do you tell yourself? How do you respond in those moments when you notice that you're abandoning yourself? So take that into consideration. Crown acronym, conscious choice, responsibility, owning my energy, worth without permission, no more self-abandonment. I will have to catch up on y'all's chat later because I do want to honor the time, and if I have time I will go back, but let me grab it because once it's gone too far it goes away. I won't be able to scroll up as high. Okay, I'm grabbing this and I'm gonna put it on a notepad. Like I did earlier today because I lost the chat. Or was that yesterday? I don't know. Okay, I think I got it. All right. I will catch up on that if we have time as we go through this. Can I know the question before the one? Yep. Before. Yes. After what do you feel in your body? The next question is, what do you tell yourself? Or how do you respond in those moments? And then crown is conscious choice. So, you know how earlier I said, what do you feel you need most attention in your life right now? So with that in mind, which of these letters, I'm pointing to the screen over here, which of these letters kind of stands out to you regarding what it was you mentioned at the beginning? If y'all can think of one. Good now, Val. I'll just say good now to folks I have not said good now to. Good now, Marie. Who else has popped in? Lisa. Got a couple Lisas. You're welcome. Owning my energy. Okay. Good now, Michelle. Owning my energy. Yep. Right now, you're expressing how you're having a hard time being angry at her. No more self-abandonment. Thank you, Jennifer. And so basically you're letting outside situations control how your energy flows. And no more self-abandonment for Jennifer. I'd say the three last. You can take yes as what. There's no limit. Conscious choice. Thank you, Ree. Yeah, I can see why I made this into a retreat. Because we could go deep. So keeping that in mind, the next question, if you can think about a recent situation where you abandoned yourself, or whatever you named at the beginning, because my brain is not remembering right now. Replay that situation, considering these things. You're embodying these things in a different way, in a way that you would have preferred, and just visualize that scene that went the way that you would have preferred it to go, and let me know how that feels emotionally, physically. CG says, owning my energy as well. My initial reflection for needing to feel more ease in my daily living. I always feel crunched for time. Bethany says, I've also found if you have chronic pain, some providers resent your health literacy and gaslight you if they feel threatened. Yeah. That can make things challenging for sure. And I don't know if you responded to me, say, can you fire your doc? But if you can, I would highly encourage that, and get a doctor who understands. Like, you know how people find trauma-informed physicians and whatnot? I'm like, we need chronic pain-informed healthcare medical team. Oh, good. Good, Bethany. Good. Thank you for sharing. Does anyone else want to share? Did you replay the situation in your head with the outcome that you would have preferred? And if so, what came up for you? I know, it's a lot to take in. I'll move forward. I talk about the good now way. And I wrote the affirmation today, and all to come, I'm wearing my crown, creating the life I want. Bethany, 100%. And if you have psych drugs in your history, every physical symptom is questioned. That's unfortunate. Hadaya says, I thought I had moved on from that feeling, but I realized I hadn't. That happens a lot. It's good that you realize that, and it allows you to now let that energy move through you. I think we're going to be doing some energy clearing tonight before we end. So let me make sure I'm extra hydrated. So the truth that I'm choosing to live from. So what new path are you choosing? This QR code goes back to Insight Timer. What new path are you choosing? Now that you've brought these things into your awareness, what are you going to do with that knowledge? And even if it's nothing, even if it's just, I'm recognizing when I'm doing this, eventually it'll shift because you're becoming more aware of it. But even if that's the first step for you, what are you going to do? What are you going to choose to do consciously? The other day I was, I was feeling a bit overwhelmed. And I do intermittent fasting. And I think it was a 17-hour fast day. And I was at 15 hours. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and break my fast because I want coffee and I want a croissant. Because right now, I'm going to eat my emotions, gosh darn it. But I did that knowing that's what I was doing. I didn't unconsciously just drive to Starbucks and order this stuff, and I chose to do that. And being able to do that means I could have chose to keep my fast going, but I consciously chose. I was like, I'll be all right. I'm pretty consistent with my schedule, so this isn't going to hurt anything, and right now this is what I feel like I want, so I'm gonna do it. I have a series on here on Insight Timer. That's what this QR code leads to, called the Good Now Pause, and it just walks you through a couple of things. But when you notice you are overriding yourself, you can always just say good now. I remember I was talking to someone and they were kind of getting worked up, and I said good now, and they immediately settled down. So if you feel yourself anxious, angry, worked up, good now really helps to bring you back to this moment. Because usually anger is something that happened in a moment that's no longer here. Anxiety is potentially going to happen, which almost always doesn't. So if you can be right here, then you can be in a place where you can be in the part of your brain that can make more creative choices and decisions, so that whatever you're about to face or considering or contemplating or whatever, you can actually think through it and listen to your body. It takes both of those to make good decisions, especially if you pay attention to your chart. Let's see. Those with doctors and healthcare practitioners save my life and keep me. Yeah. I love it. Energy. Set the intention to meet the right one. I love that, Jennifer. What is that? I see the smiley face emoji. Oh, a croissant. Yes. Yes. I love me some bread. I know that's my, how you call it? Guilty pleasure. But I don't feel guilty. Anders says, trying to ease into the perfectionist part and ask it what it needs to stand more aside and trust the process, even if it triggers fear. I love that, Anders. I love the compassion that I hear in that comment. So yay, congratulations. Random, 100%. And if you're on psych meds, you lose credibility. I'm not less than for CPTSD and ADHD. Nope, you're not. I appreciate you knowing that. Good now, Allison. So yeah, this is just inviting you to use good now to bring you back. But if you have other methods to bring you back to the present moment so that you can be more engaged with the prefrontal cortex, this part of the brain that helps you think through things, then please practice that even when you don't need it, so that the muscle builds up so it can become more automatic. And this workbook, of course, was designed just for one workshop, but we're going to be going over the next week. We're going to be going through every letter one day. So tomorrow we're using conscious choice, and we're just going to go through, and then Saturday we'll just bring everything. So that's where the experiment part is. So you get to experiment with choosing things consciously, choosing your actions more consciously, experimenting with taking responsibility for your responses and all that. So sadness, good now. Frustration, good now. Grief, good now. Yes. And good is not saying that everything's all good in that way. It's saying, this is the moment, I'm giving it permission to exist, and I'm going to be here right now in it. Because there's nothing I can do about what is. So here we are. It's a form of accepting the reality and giving yourself the opportunity to calm down or settle your nervous system down so that you can figure out what your next best step is. Bergamot essential oils. Yes. Good. Yeah, do I have any bergamot? I don't remember. Yes. Good now, Solomon. I said it in my mind earlier because I was talking and I never came back to it. So good now to you. I think that was it. Oh yeah, this is just inviting if anybody wants to work with me one-on-one. And if you do get the workbook, I do have some extra exercises in there. But yeah, let me read through that chat that I copied, and feel free to share anything in the chat that I need to discuss with you. And would y'all like to do some energy clearing tonight? Yes, okay. The biggest thing I'm hearing is trust and self-abandonment. So we'll do that because when it's a big group, my energy drains pretty quickly as I tap into everyone. So I'll do those two things. Bergamot oil. Trust will be great. Okay, perfect. All right. Bring me back up. If I can find the window. Here we go. Bring up my other document. So if anyone is not familiar with my energy clearing method, it's called EASE, Energy Alignment System Express. So I say energy alignment because, as y'all have probably experienced consciously, on a conscious level, you're like, I know I want to do this, I'm trying to do this, and I keep running into this invisible wall, and that's because we are driven by most, like 95, depending on where you read it, 95 and 97% of our subconscious. So whatever's in your subconscious is interfering with what you're trying to consciously do more often than not. And so this energy clearing method basically just gets your subconscious aligned with your conscious by clearing out those things that your subconscious is holding on to protect you. So what you will do is I'm testing with self-trust. I'm testing that statement with self-trust against a list of common emotions. Sometimes Spirit will give me more specific emotions, and whichever one has a weak energy test, then I will have you take a deep breath in. You'll hold it. You won't say anything. You won't think anything, because at this point, I'm your proxy. So when I say it out loud, that is basically you saying it. So as you're holding your breath, I will say a statement, and then I'll have you exhale, and I'll guide you through all of that. You could give human design chart even though you don't have the time. Yes, I can. It's just I will probably get several charts, and I would only speak to the things that are consistent across all charts. It's usually about 4 charts if someone doesn't know their birth time. And so whatever is consistent across all 4 charts, that's what I would share. The other stuff I would not. This app is getting on my last nerve. It's rude shutting down and miss an emotional moment. That might just be Spirit saying, here, let's take a quick breath. I'll join you, Bethany. And yes, ease, please. I love it. Okay. All right. So with self-trust, and what was the other one I said? Self-abandonment? Because that's not the right word. That's for the collective, that's not coming through. But I'll start with self-trust. All right. Anxiety, deep breath in and hold. I release all anxiety with self-trust. Exhale. Distrust, deep breath in. I release all distrust with self-trust. Exhale. That's not on my list, so Spirit gave that to me for y'all. Disbelief, deep breath in. I release all disbelief with self-trust. Exhale. Fear of failure, deep breath in. I release all fear of failure with self-trust. Exhale. That is specifically for y'all too. Dread, deep breath in. I release all dread with self-trust. Exhale. Guilt, deep breath in. I release all guilt with self-trust. Exhale. Personal pressure, deep breath in. I release all personal pressure with self-trust. Exhale. Resistance, deep breath in. I release all resistance with self-trust. Exhale. Calm, deep breath in. I release all blocks with calm with self-trust. Exhale. Certainty, deep breath in. I release all blocks with certainty with self-trust. Exhale. Creativity, deep breath in. I release all blocks with creativity with self-trust. Exhale. Self-kindness, deep breath in. I release all blocks with self-kindness with self-trust. Exhale. All right. Overthinking. Deep breath in. I release all overthinking with self-trust. Exhale. That is all I've gotten for the collective. Of course, when I'm one-on-one, I can get deeper, but that will still be beneficial. How's everyone feeling? Did anyone get hit pretty hard on this, on any of those? It can be scary to shift your personality, Marina, yes. That's the ego, but it's okay. One step at a time. How's everyone feeling? Yeah, hearts? You feel awesome? Good. Good, good. Good, good. Que bueno. Much better? Awesome. You're welcome, Ree. You're welcome. Much better? Good, good, good. I like it. I like hearing it. Drink extra water. You will... Overthinking stood out to you? That was Justin. That was not on my list. That was Justin. Good, good, good. He brought it up for y'all. More relaxed than before, for sure. Perfect. Excelente. It's all I could ever hope for. This method has been the biggest game changer in my life. Coupled with my meditation, I'm a whole other person. A lot bubbled up with this. Yay! I always celebrate tears through when this process occurs. Tears or whatever. Sometimes it could be burping, sometimes it could be yawning, crying. Good now, Leslie. Who else has popped in that I've not said good now to? Oops. Chloe Jade. What a cool name. Good now, love. Glad I caught your live. Great way to prepare for the week ahead. Awesome. I'm glad you did too. Marina says, just because I know and so in love with your energy, could you maybe open a guidance card? The more specific question, is she meant for me for now? With one of my decks, with one of my oracle decks. I'm going to invite, when you think about leaving, what comes up? When you think about y'all not being together, what comes up? When you think about being together long term, what comes up? And explore that. Because, you know, my biggest thing is self-trust. I love doing oracle cards. They bring up stuff that I can clear. That's what I use the oracle cards for. I don't use them traditionally. What do I have? Wisdom of the shadow stands out to me right now. Right? That's sometimes when I work with clients and they can't really identify what's troubling them, but we have a kind of a sense of where they're trying to go. So I invite them to picture success in that, and that's how we find some of the challenges. I love your clearing. I'm really happy to be here. I'm glad you are too. Jessica says, gratitude, Nicole, and let us fam. Gotta bounce. I hope everyone has a good night or morning and is one more step closer to inner peace. Be easy. Awesome. Why on this live my partner would have TV issues and he can't function, so I missed a lot. Oh, no worries. It's recorded. So, you know my tube channel? You can grab it from there. How can I apply this method to myself? It seems to work better when someone else says it to me than when I say it to myself. You talking about the ease method? Have a beautiful day, Justin. With ease, I am working on a certification program, but the more you do it, the more you kind of get a sense of how to do it for yourself. Sometimes it will take someone else, though. There can sometimes be something that is so deep you can't even detect it, and I've had that. Like, my mentor had to bring out stuff. I didn't know. There was one clearing session she did with me. So random. What came out was the sirens for ambulance and fire trucks triggered me, made me cry. And the day that we were doing clearing on something else, she lives in an area that's not even near a hospital, and sirens were going off, like past wherever she was. And I was like, there it is. let's clear that. So I didn't know that was a thing for me. So, but if nothing else, you can use a blanket statement. I release all negative emotions and blocks to positive emotions with whatever the situation is. It won't get as intricate, but it still will relieve some of the charge that comes up. Does that help? I hope. Marina, I just pulled a card and it says expectations. That was for you, Marina. Expectations. Or whoever else needed it as well. Wisdom of the shadow. I'll be doing more a course on shadows, because inner mastery, part of that is really tapping into the parts of you that have been hidden and shunned away. Mia, good now. I don't think I said good now to you, love. And Maureen, yeah? Good now, Tiffany. I got a couple of Lisas saying good now to all the Lisas. Vanessa, good now, love. Thank you. I will explore perfectionism. Excellent. You're welcome. Caroline, good now, love. Any last thoughts, comments, questions? Tomorrow we'll go into the sea. Day 1, if you want to add that to your calendar. We'll go through each letter, throughout the week. Hope you had a wonderful birthday. Oh, did I miss birthday? Yendi, did you mention it here and I missed it? Because I know there's a whole bunch of chat that I missed. When was your birthday? I need to put it on my calendar. I love birthdays. I wish I could make a cake emoji or cake thing. Yee, happy birthday! It's today, oh my god! Happy birthday, Indy. I shared a few lives today with Yendi from the earlier. Okay, got it. I love it. Happy birthday. I love birthdays. It's a miracle day. You know how many things had to come together perfectly for it to happen, to include ancestors surviving all the things that they had to survive. Just saying. Birthdays are my favorite holiday. Thank you, everyone. You're so welcome. Thank you all for loving on Yendi. I'll add it to my calendario. Happy birthday. I love it. Thank you all for loving on Yendi. Excellent. Well, if there are no other questions, comments, all the things we had to survive to be here right now. Exactly. That's what I sometimes remind myself when I'm having one of those days. Creative imagination, sister. It's a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to have you here. Gotta get moving, Nicole. Beautiful session. May you all wear your crown with pride. Catch you all soon. Love and blessings to all. Likewise, Alicia. Thank you. We were born a miracle. Absolutely. Absolutely. All the ancestors. And then you already know the whole story with the sperm and the egg, and some of them, so many go and not all make it, and one just happened to unite with the egg perfectly, and voila, baby. So cool. All right, loves. Well, if y'all feel relatively complete, I feel relatively complete with you. And if you care to join throughout the rest of the week as we go through each letter, dive in a little bit deeper, I'll try to do better with keeping up with the chat. I usually can, but tonight was moving pretty quickly. Any last thoughts? Anything you would like for me to contemplate and take away? I mean, you've given me a lot already. We all are teachers. Good now, Hale. Literally born from dying stars will make you come out of your mind or problem somehow. Love it. Good now, love. Thank you a lot. Surface that I didn't expect, but it's all good stuff. You're so welcome. That's always my goal. All good. Thank you. You're welcome, Belinda. How did I miss your bubble, love? Bye now. Until tomorrow. Awesome. Oh my goodness. You're welcome. Excellent. All right, beloveds. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what I do? I celebrate you. Always stirring things up. Yes, I am. So I was put on this earth to do. Celebrating you all for showing up for you, because in so doing you are showing up for the world, and all of the people you're self-abandoning for. By showing up and taking care of you, you're still taking care of them, and you're not self-abandoning. Just think about that. All right, my loves. Jai Guru Dev. And may you all create the most amazing, notice I say create the most amazing now moments. Until I see you next time, make every moment count, because that's all we have is this now moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I'm so grateful. Appreciate the vulnerability and allowing me to pour in and each other support. Thank you. I love seeing it. I love experiencing it. I love being what's the word? Nested in it. All right, my loves. I will see you around. Thank you for being here. And